Good morning, Emerson. Time magazine has named their Person of the Year for 2016, and it's not going to surprise you.
And manslaughter charges have been brought forward in the murder case of former Jets player Joe McKnight.
All that and more today, Thursday, December 8th. I'm Sean Stackhouse.
And I'm Claire Gomes. We have an exciting show today with a live in-studio performance by Josiah Seat. I'm pretty excited for that.
I am too. Anytime there's a musical guest, you know it's going to be fun. And then later we're going to be joined by Jason Skaggs, and he's going to be talking to Claire about Emerson esports. But now for this morning's headline story. Time magazine has named President-elect Donald Trump as Person of the Year for 2016. Time editors select their Person of the Year based on who has influenced the media and the world for good or bad. In the Trump article, Time managing editor Nancy Gibbs wrote, quote, "So which is it this year, better or worse? The challenge for Donald Trump is how profoundly the country disagrees about the answer," end quote. The president-elect beat out 10 other candidates for the cover, including presidential runner-up Hillary Clinton. This is the 10th time Trump has been featured on the cover of Time magazine and the 9th in the past year and a half. Time's Person of the Year has frequently featured political leaders from around the globe, including last year's recipient, German Chancellor Angela Merkel. The award has been around since 1927 when aviator Charles Lindbergh was chosen as the first Man of the Year, and the title was later changed to Person of the Year in 1999. Now, Claire, do you expect the American people to have a positive or negative reaction about Time choosing Donald Trump for this?
I think there's definitely going to be, just like we saw in the election, a divide between who thinks it's a good thing and who thinks it's a bad thing, but I think we can all agree he was pretty influential this year.
Absolutely. Every time that we looked somewhere in the news, we knew that we were going to see Donald Trump there. But now we go to Moses Small, who has more news on Donald Trump's recent phone call with Taiwan's president. Moses?
Thanks, Sean and Claire. Here's what's in the news this morning. Former Senator Bob Dole played a part in Trump's recent call with the president of Taiwan. Trump's phone call breaks from the U.S.'s One China policy by recognizing Taiwan as a nation as opposed to a territory of China, and this could hurt U.S. relations with China. Some view it as getting into the middle of the long sovereignty dispute between the two, going back to a civil war that left both sides claiming rights to the mainland. Bob Dole's law firm, Alston & Bird, reportedly received payment for working to strengthen U.S. ties to Taiwan, which could have an impact on American foreign relations in the region. After a fake viral news story caused a gunman to show up at a pizza restaurant in Washington, D.C., one of Trump's aides was fired for sharing the story. On Sunday, a man identified as Edgar Welch fired a rifle into the Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria after reading a fake story tying the restaurant to a child sex ring. Michael Flynn Jr., the son of Trump's national security advisor, was fired when it was found that he shared the story on Twitter. Since then, he's defended that, tweeting, "Until #Pizzagate is proven false, it'll remain a story." There's no evidence supporting Flynn's theory. Matthew Borges is a 15-year-old high school student from Lawrence who is being charged with stabbing and decapitating a classmate. 16-year-old Lee Valoria Paulino went missing after meeting up with Borges in mid-November. The body was found on Thursday by a woman walking her dog along the Merrimack River. After the fact, Borges pleaded not guilty to the murder, but reportedly expressed remorse to a friend. The trial and investigations are continuing, and no motive has currently been found. Closer to home, a story that takes place on campus. White supremacist posters were found at Emerson College, drawing a response from college president Lee Pelton. A group called the American Vanguard placed 6 posters in the Walker Building about white nationalism. In an email to students, Pelton said, quote, "We will not tolerate the promulgation of racist and anti-Semitic declarations in our community." The posters went up on Monday and have since been taken down, and numerous student groups are speaking out to support minorities in the school. Emerson College Police is currently investigating still to find out who placed the American Vanguard posters. And that's all the news I have for you this morning. Sean and Claire, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Moses. Now, how has the Emerson community reacted to President Pelton's email?
We've seen a lot of reach out on social media. There are numerous groups coming out and really just admonishing everyone who placed the posters, and there's not a lot of support for that kind of ideology in the school as far as I've seen from students.
Yeah, and I think we're glad to see that. Thanks, Moses. And now for today's weather update. Today is going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 44. Tonight is going to drop to just below freezing with a low of 31. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit colder with a high of 40 and a low of 23. Saturday is going to be the coldest day this weekend with a high for the day at 29 degrees and a low of 23. We have a slight chance of snow on Sunday night with a high of 35 and a 40% chance of precipitation. It'll be a little warmer come Monday, but get ready for a pretty chilly weekend. Sean, maybe I'll go ice skating on the Frog Pond since it's going to be so cold this weekend. Any fun Boston winter activities planned?
Well, I also love going skating on the Frog Pond, but there's also another place you can go ice skating. I saw recently that City Hall Plaza is going to have Boston Winter, and they have this sort of just like a full course to go ice skating on. It seems pretty cool.
That seems awesome. Maybe I'll upgrade my Frog Pond to my City Hall Pond. Thanks, Sean. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, I'll be sitting down with esports.
And on the roundtable, we'll be discussing the possible renaming of the Boylston Tea Station. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. I'm joined today by Jason Skaggs of esports. Hi, Jason. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So tell us all about esports. What is it?
Okay, so to kind of sum up esports in a sentence, it's competitive video game playing. So it's best compared to regular sports, actually, where kind of sports has basketball, football, soccer. Esports has League of Legends, Dota 2, Hearthstone.
So where is this done? Is this on campus? Where do you participate? And what's your involvement in it?
Okay, so Emerson Esports is actually an SGA-recognized organization. We have board meetings, but generally our community meets online through the games, through kind of talking through an app called Discord. And we just kind of play games together, and it's really fun. My personal what I do in the club is I'm the vice president. I was newly elected, but I was also an active member, and I play on several of the competitive teams that Emerson has kind of put forth into the world.
How did you first get involved?
I honestly just was always the kid that really liked video games, and I kind of took that passion for video games, and I recognized that there is a very real opportunity to work in the esports industry, and so I kind of started running with that idea. I got interested and with the board, and I met our previous president, Mitchell Cucci, and from there we just kind of started working towards, towards better and cooler things.
Has esports been around on Emerson for a while?
Yeah, so esports was the Emerson Esports organization was founded in 2013 by Ashley Crocker. She has actually graduated and has since gone on to work for one of the top esports companies in the world, Riot Games, who creates League of Legends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See the alum working their way up.
Absolutely.
And I know you're trying to create kind of this new age of esports, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. So, so previously, our previous organization has been very much so getting the Emerson community involved in esports and kind of carving out a path for the future of esports at the school. And at this point, we're kind of moving into a new era where we're trying to put on more events, and we're much more kind of career-oriented. Right now, the esports industry is growing at an unprecedented rate, and it is definitely being introduced as one of the next big media kind of services. I compare it to Hollywood before Hollywood became Hollywood. And so we have this amazing opportunity to get into the business and to really cement ourselves, Emerson and its community, as a leader of esports and as somebody who will be working in the industry pretty much as soon as we graduate.
Yeah, which is obvious since the creator is now working in
Absolutely.
esports. This sounds awesome. It sounds like something a lot of Emerson students would be interested in. So can any student get involved?
Yeah, absolutely. So, so beyond just playing the games, we have a Facebook group that is our entire community, facebook.com, Emerson College Esports, and we're always looking for content creators. We're looking for people to work on productions. We're looking for any players that are interested in joining us, and really it's just open to everybody.
Sounds like there's a place for everyone. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear about it, and I'm going to check you guys out on Facebook for
Awesome.
sure.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here. We now take it to Augie Vandeveer with all of our sports and news updates.
Thanks, y'all. Here's what's happening in the world of sports. Ronald Gasser, who admitted to police that he had shot and killed former NFL player Joe McKnight in Louisiana, was arrested on Monday and charged with manslaughter, 4 days after the authorities freed him. Joe McKnight, a former Jets player, was killed last Thursday afternoon in an apparent road rage incident. That night, Gasser was taken in for questioning but was released. After interviewing 60 witnesses, 4 days later, police decided to formally charge Gasser. The delay caused many to openly question whether the handling was racially biased. The press conference where Police Sheriff Newland Norman builds a stand-your-ground defense for Gasser while citing black-on-black crime statistics did little to dissuade critics. Gasser, 10 years prior, was charged with assault after another road rage incident occurred in the exact same intersection. Rajon Rondo, off-season acquisition of the Chicago Bulls, is having some trouble transitioning into the new squad. Along with not being good anymore, Rondo is also building extensive evidence that he's a locker room problem. Players love him. DeMarcus Cousins called him a big brother, and even now Jimmy Butler publicly defended him, stating, "He's a phenomenal dang teammate, and I back him on everything." But where Rondo gets in trouble is with coaching staffs. Rondo has been playing the same way since the Celtics won the championship in 2008, ball-dominant, rim-attacking offense. But with the league transitioning to more of a perimeter game, his lack of a jump shot diminishes his offensive impact. And when you put him on a team with another better playmaker, Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade, he becomes a distraction. Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade, Rajon Rondo, the three alphas, big three the Bulls created this offseason, are three players who need the ball in their hands to make an impact, and only Jimmy Butler has something approaching a reliable jumper. Coaches, Carlisle, Carl, and now Hoiberg have been trying to diminish Rondo's minutes and involvement, and all have faced stern backlash from Rondo. Rondo just this week was suspended for a reported outburst at an unnamed member of the Bulls coaching staff. It'll be interesting to see how the second-year coach Hoiberg maintains a peaceful locker room. Klay Thompson, the Warriors' fourth best player, scored 60 points in 29 minutes. Let's take a look at some highlights. Klay Thompson dribbled a total of 11 times this game. He held the ball for a total of 90 seconds. But that just gives you a glimpse of how he operated this game. He held the ball for 90 seconds, but he was working the defense for much of the game. On cuts and off-ball screening, and that lightning quick release, it's easy to see how the seconds total is as low as it is. The real important number is the 29 minutes, the fastest time used to score 60 points. And Steve Kerr should be ashamed of his sportsmanship for letting Klay sit out the fourth quarter and letting Kobe go to bed early, knowing Klay that was sitting out and his record was not in danger. Rob Gronkowski, fresh off his back surgery, is in good spirits. Let's take a look.
Step one, we get the kid on his feet. He's back in action.
Dance floor tomorrow night, here I come.
Got his walker. We're gonna pimp it out, throw some lights on there.
Pimp Daddy Rob.
So Pimp Daddy Rob is in good spirits, which is great. Leave it to Gronk to shake off anything. The Patriots will be missing that spirit along with a great play for the rest of the season. And that's all there is from sports. Back to y'all, Sean and Claire.
All right, thanks, Augie. Good to see that Gronk is feeling a little bit better. But we now go across the ocean to our Castile Well reporter, Chloe Tebow, who took a trip to Edinburgh. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Chloe Tebow, coming to you abroad from the United Kingdom. I'm here this weekend in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland, and I'm going to be showing you around some of the famous sights the city has to offer. Follow me. We're here today at our first stop, Camera Obscura and Optical Illusion Funhouse. today at the Edinburgh Castle, which was actually the inspiration for Hogwarts and J.K. Rowling's famous series Harry Potter. This monument was built in the 12th century BC and is actually on top of an extinct volcano. The Edinburgh Castle offers incredible views of the entire city and holds a lot of history in its walls. Welcome to Princes Street, one of the main shopping centers in the city of Edinburgh. Busy with holiday shoppers this time of year, it's actually right across the street from Edinburgh's famous Christmas markets, which are open for about 6 weeks during the holiday season. This morning we hiked to the top of Arthur's Seat, which is a famous mountain in the center of Edinburgh. Up here you can see beautiful views of the landscape, the city around us, and the water. Thank you so much for joining me on our trip to Scotland. I've had a great time being your international correspondent this semester. I'll see you back in Boston.
Ever since Emerson has moved to the corner of Boylston and Tremont, we've certainly made ourselves an icon of downtown Boston.
And now Emerson has a chance to add even more to their block of Boylston Street by potentially renaming the Boylston Tea Station. So for Roundtable today, we'll be discussing how this could possibly change the Boston community. Augie, I'll start with you. There's a chance, it has been rumored, that they would be changing the name to the Emerson Tea Stop. Do you like it?
Well, it would put us on equal footing with some of the other universities in Boston who have their own tea stop. I feel a little bit slighted. But I don't know if we really want the tea stop that sounds like 1,000 bats escaping from Beelzebub.
I agree. Ruby, what do you think? Do you think this could put Emerson more on the map? We're a small school, so a lot of people who aren't from the area or don't know colleges in Boston don't know about Emerson. Do you think this could make some more people know about Emerson?
I think it definitely could. It would definitely make us more well-known, and I think that corner is kind of becoming our school's corner. So I think it does apply. I do think, however, that people don't realize how much work it would be. It's not just like slapping Emerson College. It would change all the maps and everything, so it would be a bigger step than I think people initially think it would be.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, and for me, one of the issues that I had with it is there's so much more than just Emerson College when you get off of the Boylston Tea Stop right now. Like that, it just seems like it could be called something better. Do you have any suggestions, Augie?
Well, it's right on the Common, so the Common stop. It's on Tremont Street,
Easiest
so Tremont
one.
Street. Yeah, but it's hardly on Boylston Street, which is kind of...
There are a lot more stops that seem like they could fit the Boylston Street stop even better, where Copley is right on Boylston. What do you think, Ruby?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think we're right at the end of Boylston, so it doesn't really make sense for it to be called that. I think the Common would be a great name change if that's what they're looking for.
I agree. And I think we have to keep in mind, too, that people who use the T are not only just commuters coming to school and people who are on their way to work, but a lot of tourists take the T. And I think renaming the stop to just Emerson College could be really confusing for them, as opposed to something like the Common, where they know they're getting off and they're going to walk onto the Boston Common. Sean, any thoughts?
Yeah, there's just, well, as I had said before, there's just so much more than just Emerson College. I think that it really should stay the same. I think that it would just be too much of a hassle to try to switch it up.
I agree. But we'll see what happens. We have to go to commercial, but when we come back, Ruby Vishnik will be in studio with some entertainment news and updates.
And we have a live in-studio music performance. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
Ruby Vishnik is in studio with all things entertainment.
Thanks, Sean and Claire. Here's the update on the entertainment world. Beyoncé leads the nominations for the 59th annual Grammys with 9 nods for her album Lemonade. However, in each of the 3 top categories she was nominated for, she will be facing Adele, who was nominated 5 times for her album 25. Both are nominated for Album of the Year, and Beyoncé's track Formation will go up against Adele's Hello for Record and Song of the Year. Other leading nominees include Drake and Rihanna, each with 8 nods, and Chance the Rapper, who climbed the charts as an independent and has 7 nominations in 5 different categories, including Best New Artist. The Chainsmokers are up for 3 awards, including Best New Artist. They took to Twitter to say that they received the news while in Dunkin' Donuts and proceeded to high-five everyone in the store. Kanye West's album Life of Pablo received 8 nominations in 5 categories, and like Drake and Chance, he is up for all 4 rap awards. Monday night was the infamous annual Victoria's Secret fashion show. Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, and The Weeknd joined the Angels at the Grand Palais in Paris for this year's show. Gaga took the runway for the first time in her career to perform her single Million Reasons, which she'd lip-synced with the Angels earlier this year. She even rocked her own pair of wings at the end of her set. The Weeknd returned for the 2nd year in a row to perform the title track from his latest album, Starboy. Bruno Mars took the catwalk to perform a song entitled Chunky from his new album. The song choice seemed somewhat ironic due to the size of the models partaking in the show. Mars then performed his single 24 Karat Magic, while model Jasmine Tookes walked the runway in the coveted $3 million fantasy bra. Pixar's upcoming original film Coco is set in Mexico during the annual Dia de los Muertos holiday. It centers around 12-year-old Miguel, an aspiring musician who ends up in the land of the dead. The movie is to feature an all-Latino cast, which has been an initiative from the beginning. The cast so far includes newcomer Anthony Gonzalez, as well as veterans Benjamin Bratt, Gael Garcia Bernal, and Renee Victor. There is not yet a trailer for the movie. Natalie Portman takes on former First Lady Jacqueline Onassis, wife of John F. Kennedy, in the Pablo Larraín-directed film. Her performance is already receiving rave reviews and some serious Oscar buzz. The trailer dispenses the usual plot points of Jackie's story and instead delivers an incredibly eerie atmosphere, and the movie is said to follow this trend. The film was shot by Stéphane Fontaine and is a piece told in close-up, many close-ups with a hovering camera lenses and a keening score by Michael Levy, which is a great work on its own. I'm Ruby Vishnik, and that's it for entertainment this week. Now back to Sean and Claire.
Thanks, Ruby. We have the pleasure this morning of a live performance from musician Josiah Seat. Hi, Josiah. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, so Josiah, what song are you going to be performing for us this morning?
So I'm going to play a song that I wrote called Gracious. Just a quick thing about it is that I wrote it for someone really special who changed my life a lot, and my girlfriend. And I grew up listening to a lot of Indonesian gamelan rhythms, and I tried to fuse that with contemporary guitar and come out with a nice piece. So I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Take it away, Josiah.
As it seems, all I want to see is you. More than just my dreams, no, I'm missing you. I'm gonna keep on playing, I'm gonna make you proud. 'Cause wherever you are, hope you're smiling now. I wanna thank you. Oh. wanna thank you. Oh, and I wanna thank you. No stopping the ends of time. Still in the back of my mind. Never gonna be the same again. Simple as it seems, all I wanna see is you. More than just my dreams, you know I'm missing you. I'm gonna keep on playing, I'm gonna make you proud. 'Cause wherever you are, oh, you're smiling now. And I wanna thank you. Oh, and I wanna thank you. Oh, and I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you.
Awesome, Josiah.
Yeah, Josiah, that was great. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
All right, well, that is all the time that we have today. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning.
Make sure to tune back in again on Tuesday and have a great weekend.